All right, guys, how's it going? As you can imagine, today's football dailies in Spain are dominated by you-know-who. He's featured in all of them. Marca have gone big with a two-page spread. I think AS did something similar. The Catalan, the Barcelona newspapers, not so much. But there's a couple of things I wanted to mention to you, I'm not going to read out the articles to you. I don't really think you need that. But just a couple of things, a couple of little points that I found a little bit of interest when I was reviewing them this morning in the cafe for you. After this video, I will record a video for Golazo España, my other YouTube channel. The link is in the video description. It'll pop up on the screen at the end where I review everything that's in the Spanish football dailies today, not just concerning Liverpool Football Club. It'd be nice if you would come over there and support me too. Okay, so Marca's two-page spread. I've just picked some little bits out. Real Madrid now needs to determine the timeline for bringing in the England international. This isn't a normal season due to the Club World Cup, and FIFA has opened 2 registration windows for clubs to add players for the new 32-team tournament. I know you know this, but just in case someone doesn't. One of those is from June 1st to the 10th. Madrid debut in that competition on the 18th versus Al Hilal. And another from June 27th to July 3rd. I think it's an absolute piss take, to be honest with you, what they're doing with this, with these transfer windows. But there you go. Signing Trent in the first window would mean breaking his contract, which runs until June 30th. Liverpool aren't completely opposed to this idea, but would demand a transfer fee, albeit a modest one, considering how little time remains on his deal. Some English outlets have reported that Madrid could make an initial offer of 500,000 euros, which would be rejected by the Reds. However, sources at Anfield currently deny that any such offer has been submitted by Madrid. So what they're saying there is the Spanish media is saying, oh, the English journals, they're making these claims and that claims, but they're claiming to have spoken to someone at Anfield and said, no one's made any offer as yet. Another possibility, which we have discussed on here, is for Alexander-Arnold to terminate his contract with Liverpool and become a free agent in June. This could actually benefit Liverpool as their season ends on May 25th with the final Premier League fixture against Crystal Palace at Anfield, and they'd save a month of wages. So that's a possibility. Again, we've discussed this previously on here. That said, the club's stance remains clear. In the official statement announcing the defender's departure, Liverpool said the 26-year-old will bring his 2-decade-long association with the Reds to an end, having decided to leave Anfield once his contract expires on June 30th, 2025. In other words, Liverpool are not giving him he might leave sooner. No, he'll leave when his contract runs out. So, there was something in AS, the other Real Madrid, pro-Real Madrid publication, if you like. It was an opinion piece by Xavi Herras, and it included confirmation of what I've been saying to you for the last few months about the feelings privately within Real Madrid. In relation to Liverpool's league title celebrations, he wrote, more than a few, within Real Madrid, wondered if all that emotion, all that red might make him change his mind, but he didn't. The decision has already been made. In other words, during the celebrations, it was said for quite some time here in Spain that Liverpool would continue to try and get him to change his mind. The Trent camp were continuously saying, we will not U-turn, we will not U-turn. But privately at Real Madrid, they were like, maybe, that it might be too emotional for him to say goodbye. There were suggestions that maybe Liverpool could play on that emotion. Obviously, they haven't. But Real Madrid were privately, I spoke to you about this some time ago after I touched base with that Real Madrid journalist at Marca. He's the best, I think. And he said that they were being... Oh, I got a notification, sorry. He said that despite all the public, it's done, we're going to get him, that privately Real Madrid were like, you never know, because obviously Mbappe in 2022 said for a year he was going to sign for him, and then on the week he was supposed to, he didn't. So there was always that until they come and sign the paperwork, you never know. But as this opinion piece says, more than a few wondered if the emotion might see him result in a U-turn, but he hasn't. I never thought he was going to U-turn, to be honest with you. You do wonder if things like that, but for me, nah, I don't think that was ever ever a thing. I'm very disappointed with Trent with some of the stuff, all the different fucking signals and stuff, because if you're a Trent fan, if you give a fuck, because I don't, like, it was like so many people going, no, that means he's staying. He's saying shut up to the media, and it was like he played a game, a pointless game, really. I actually think, other than the obvious, being disappointed about him leaving on a free, I actually think his behaviour with the celebrations and stuff like that was unnecessary and gave people false hope, I think. And I think that was pretty shitty, but there you go. Okay, another thing for you. AS mentioned Trent's Ballon d'Or ambition as well. There was an article that said his next target is a personal one, to win the Ballon d'Or. And that makes me chuckle every time I hear that, to be honest with you. I didn't really touch too much on the Trent stuff yesterday. I did I was very busy yesterday, and when the news broke, I was like, oh, and I did a little video, but then I watched social media explode with it all, and I don't know, I just wanted to avoid it all yesterday, because I think on this channel here, if you followed this channel since, last year, the amount of time that I've been following or reviewing the papers for you each day, because of Trent, remember, that's why I started doing the Spanish football dailies. I think a lot of the things we saw yesterday, we discussed on here months and months ago. So yesterday it was a bit embarrassing watching the rest catch up, to be honest with you. And, there was a lot of criticism of the Madrid-based media when I was giving updates about what, things that were coming out of Madrid, the various claims, which we found as grown-ups interesting, to compare what's been said in Liverpool or Merseyside, England, versus what's been said in Madrid and Spain, right? A lot of people say, no, it's propaganda. They're just trying to destabilise Liverpool's title race and all these things. But in fairness to the Madrid-based media, they've been spot on with it. They have. And if you have followed my channel, you were one step ahead, I think. No, it's not because of me. Well, it is because of me, because I relay it to you. But just going through it with you, and I think I'm happy with it, actually, because someone left a comment on the ESA saying, fair play, Dunk, the coverage you've given with this has been excellent. And I've enjoyed reviewing the Spanish papers for you. Obviously, I created a new channel, Golazo España, because of that. I don't know whether I'll continue that. I don't know. I quite like it, but it's time consuming. And obviously, I managed to create new, not friendships, and I hate using the word make new sources, but just new contacts, new people. To have people in Madrid that I can now speak to about some things is again, I think it's an extra addition to Cop Talk, and it's something that I have done in the 27 years I've done it, is always try to make new friends, if you like, and to give you guys the very best of stuff for your consideration. I mean, like, we don't take what they say as gospel, do we? But they have been right. They have, and they've been very good, I think. So I for one, I'm looking forward to next season. I mean, are we going to call it Trent Watch, or are we going to call it Traitor Trent, Turncoat Trent? I don't know. I'm really interested to see what he does now at Real Madrid. So we will next season absolutely 1,000,000% have a Trent Watch feature on here. I know there's going to be people that will comment, he doesn't play for us, I don't give a fuck, like, my answer will be the same as it is when I mentioned Zubimendi, is if his name's in the title of the video, there's the fucking clip. But I want to relay next season to you guys that maybe don't have the time to follow it all. I want to tell you what the press is saying. I want to tell you how he's performing. I'm going to watch every, game he's involved in. Because, yeah, he doesn't play for Liverpool anymore, right? Or won't play for Liverpool anymore. So why might we care? But I want to see if, was that the right decision he made, right? Was it the right decision he made? Because it also gives us knowledge when we find ourselves in this situation again, when we can say, well, look what happened to him. It might work out really well for him. Maybe he'll go and get the Ballon d'Or, do you know what I mean? But for me, as a football fan, and from doing this for you guys, I'm like really intrigued to see what we'll be saying next season. Will we be going, oh my God, he got slaughtered, man, you know what I mean? You know, Yamal skinned him. Or will we be going, oh, he's doing ever so well. He's made the right decision. I don't think any of us will ever say he's made the right decision, but sometimes you've got to be grown-ups and understand things a little bit. My eyes are a little bit sore, I do apologise. So yeah, next season we will be doing that and talking about it. But yesterday for me was just like, I don't know. Everyone knows everything now. But I think we were miles ahead on here. And on Cop Talk in general. So anyway, that's the latest that's been said in Madrid today. There's multiple articles about it, but if I read the articles to you, most of it's just what you were told yesterday from the English side of things, you know, the quotes and everything. But the key points were just the bits I mentioned there. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. I'm not really sure, like, you know, like I subscribe to these 4 publications, the 4 football dailies. It's probably about 40, 45 a month or something like that, which is a lot cheaper than buying them individually, which is what I used to do in the morning, if you remember. But I just don't know if I need to do that anymore, because the reason I started doing it was for Trent. But then there is other topics. There is Diaz, you know, Aspas. How was Aspas doing? Various Liverpool players in Spain. Excuse me, but I suppose if we're going to do Trent Watch next season, then it is important to follow what the journalists are saying, right? So I'll continue doing it. All right. So I'll leave it with you. If you like the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got anything you want to add to this. If you want to buy me a coffee for when I go to the cafe to review the papers every morning, there's a love heart under the video. You can click on that and it supports me. And I will give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing. Don't forget, my morning briefings are on my other YouTube channel now. There's one on there today. It was a long one today. So, all right, guys, I'm a bit tired. I don't know if you can tell. So I might have a little nap. I don't know. I'm just really tired. What was I going to say to you? But yeah, I'm tired because I got up extra early today because I knew there'd be loads of shit about him. I'm live on here at 1 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be alive, because I think I'll probably be late now. But I'll be live on here at 1 o'clock this afternoon if you fancy it. All right. Thumbs up, comment, coffee. Nice one.